Yoga for healing. We're back. We're going to do another check-in. And again, high vibes, high vibes. What is it, Holy Spirit Divine? That it is important for us to know right now. Holy Spirit, Divine Ancestors, Master Teachers, Archangels, Holy Spirit Divine, what is it that we need to know? Oh, wow. If you heard the myths of the Banshee, then you know that it is a known legend, myth. But you know what? I don't really think it is, because that Banshee can be in the source of any kind of totem animal, as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, the sound of the Banshee is always heard before death. And I said what I said about it can be in different totem animal forms, spirit animals, like a crow, a bird, an insect. I remember as a small child being in my bedroom in an upstairs room. The window was open. Apparently, I guess there was no screen in it, but I was a child. I was small. All I remember is being in there minding my own business and a big black crow, a raven, one of those type of birds. I was young. All I know was it was big and black. And my mother said, yeah, that was a sign. Later, she said that was a sign because my grandfather passed that day. And he came to her in her sleep. Astral plane, as you will. Nymph. Wow. Turn away. In this mundane world, now I roam. Inside this concrete jungle, where is my home? I wrote Merope on here because she was one that dimmed her light for human marriage. To me, that was a trap, because we don't dim our lights, and that is one of the dimmest stars in that 7-star system there. Is it in Cancer? I can't remember. But anyway, that was the message. Don't dim your light. She was one of 7 sisters. Fraud in reverse. Tarot readers who are not healers, but evil witches. But this is going to be concerning those that are not fraudulent, that have been assigned handlers. So what about these real readers that are not frauds, that have been assigned handlers? Venomous garden. Some lies sound pretty, but you must look deeper and read between the lines, because it may seem light at the surface, but down in the bottom of the depths of its intent, is venomous. We've had to walk through the shadow of the dark. We've had to walk through the fires. Those things have forged us to who we are now. Beauty conceals truth beneath captivating lies. Beware the allure of the dangers that in the shadows hide, which they will not be hiding much longer. Well, actually, they're not even hiding. It's just not very much to their awareness because of their arrogance and pride and being so narcissistic. They cannot make themselves come to grips that they are done with. A King of Wands. In reverse, they don't work with a government agency or any secret group. We don't work with any groups. We are solo dolo. We are not fraudulent. We know that there's always something deeper than the pretty little surface. Something that lies beyond that mask. We don't need a group of this 3D realm. We don't have to work in groups, basically, is what that is saying. Solo dolo. They didn't believe me when I was saying it, though. But the Creator knows. This demon is on his head, or hers. A Queen of Wands in reverse. Wow. Okay. So this demon, let's read this. Incubus, succubus. There is no temptation living, and there is no fear or regret left for them to toy with, to dance among the ashes. So, they sent these demons in because we were not associated with this group being handled. Because we were able to escape the web of lies and deceit that they put before us because we saw deeper. Because we are not frauds. They don't have connect to the source. You have connect to the source. We're going to start another row. You're not fraudulent, and you have connections with source, with your higher self. This is definitely a message to you karmics, that you are being watched. And these chosen ones that you wanted to deceive only grew wiser. Learning a deeper truth. And it says it right there. Deeper truths, baby. In those shadows. But see, they thought, oh, they're so full of love and light. They're so soft. They're so naive. They're so gullible. These handlers in reverse. Fallen angels. No home. Lost souls. They thought that you were a fallen angel, or they wanted you to be. Now they're even thinking, is it even anything real? Because you're blowing their mind. In the upright it says, was it even real? the paradise I fell from? Or are they just a nightmare, the realms I now roam? But this was in reverse. You don't work for a government agency, and you're not a fallen angel, but you have grown wiser. They thought that you did not have a connection with Source. They did not believe you, but it wasn't up to them to believe, to make it true. These demons that are now going deeper into the pits of hell, this Queen of Wands energy. Isolation. Now they're in solitude. I've found my own echo, a whisper in the shadows. My voice finds no fellow. Now they find themselves alone, and they're not getting any response back. That void that was mentioned in another read yesterday is what I'm feeling again. So this must be a little bit more on that story, because that other reading, it wasn't a Queen of Wands, I don't think. I can't remember what energy that was. But it's just, we're just going to hear about each one of them one by one. Because you're not a fraud. You are connected, and they have an issue. Because you're not a bad witch in reverse. Beneath the veil of night, my thoughts conjure light. Shining through the darkness, I am magic burning bright. They wanted to dim your light. And that I already said. From the very beginning. They wanted you to be in the reverse. They wanted you to be upside down on your head. But what do we know about this witch? Good witch, because there's good and bad. They wanted her to have self-doubt. In shadows deep, fears and doubt creep. A specter haunting where courage steeps or sleeps. Yeah, they wanted you in the reverse, upside down, unaware of your own gifts and power, your own self-awareness and authority. They wanted you to go into your deep shadow side and self-sabotage. But you are protected. You are sheltered. Those lies they thought that you would not see through, that you were not wise enough. You didn't have the wisdom. Artificial vessel. Artificial vessel. Satanist. Okay. So we're going to gain some wisdom on these artificial vessels that are Satanists. A creature of many guises and storms I soar amid virtues and vices. You're soaring beyond this. Give me one on this artificial vessel. Watch who you call your tribe, non-profit spiritual group, but in reverse. They're not a part of an organization, this person. Artificial vessel, not a part of this soul, not a part of your soul tribe. You have sharp insight that are opening doors and opportunities. You're unlocking hidden potential, and they need the key that you hold. Give me another one on this artificial vessel. You're not a part of this This person is not a part of your soul tribe. They have a fear of failure. Oh. This is that witch. A dirty witch. That is who's in self-doubt. This is who thought that you're a fraud. That you really aren't connected. Because they're not connected. They have self-doubt. They're artificial. And they are not a part of your soul tribe. And they have a huge fear of failure. Give me one on this. Assigned handlers. Watch who you partner up with. Watch who you read or get readings from. Who you allow to read you. You're not fallen. You weren't already someone who they had overtaken, cloned even. So they wanted to assign a handler to you because you weren't assigned to anyone in any of these groups. Tracking you. Give me one under isolation. Bad advice they took. A siren. Storms, winds, punishment, abduction. These are half bird, half mermaid or something. They were before the mermaids. They're like the harpy that are also half birds. They took bad advice from a siren. Someone that lured them, that led them to their punishment. Give me another on this bad advice. Gargoyle. In stone I'm carved, let alone in the cold. Always watching over, protecting stories untold. They took this bad advice, but they were unaware that everything they sent at you was going to roll off of you like a duck in water. Those things they threw were going to just bead up and roll off your back because you're so protected, guarded, day and night. Because you're an emperor or empress energy. Now let's get into this. Let's break these down and see. Because this witch I see both sides of that in this right here. How they wanted to manipulate you, but how they are the one that had the self-doubt, the artificial person, but they wanted you to look, this is that fucking copycat. Yeah. It's that freaking copycat. That's what it is. Somebody that is in your community. Give me a card on this switch in reverse. It can go either way. It's like the Emperor wants to flip out. Are you trying to tell me that someone's Emperor is a dark warlock or evil warlock? Because dark doesn't mean evil all the time. Give me a card on this emperor or empress, whichever it fits. Okay. This is someone that wanted rewards, success, and victory. I'm going to keep it in the upright. Let's see. Oh, shit. Tower. What's going on with this emperor headed toward rewards? Oh, wow. This is a Knight of Wands energy that's arrogant, reckless, a dark warlock that's under fire, lacking self-control, reckless, wanting rewards, in an artificial vessel, in a fear of failure, because they're out in the cold. Mercury and Taurus. Too much working out that root chakra. They're facing difficulties. What about this artificial vessel? Woo! Missed opportunities of a lifetime. Missed opportunities causing great deficiency and stability of these people in this group, these assigned handlers. I remember one needed to get some plastic wrap from Home Depot after having one of those storage units put in my driveway, but I didn't even understand why he needed a storage unit when I got a whole garage and a shed, mind you, in my backyard. But he insisted, oh no, I need this little shed, I need this storage unit. And then he needed to get some plastic wrap. He said he wanted to wrap his clothes up to protect it in the unit so they didn't get damaged. Mofo didn't have nothing brand new up in his whole whatever. But I knew what that plastic wrap was for. And I still have it. These assigned handlers that thought they were going to put somebody in a storage unit wrapped up in plastic wrap. A King of Swords. Yeah, you thought you were going to put me and my son in that unit, didn't you, bitch? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces. All you motherfuckers. And you whole bitch witches that work with them and suck they. Keep doing that. Because y'all got bad advice. Now you're losing your mofo mind. Mental health issues and more to come. While we mind our business, self-reflecting, contemplating being withdrawn from you in solitude, in search of more of our higher selves. Thank you kindly. Sitting on our thrones as emperors and empresses while you are losing your mother freaking mind. Because you thought you were assigned to do some harm, but you got bad advice. Now, let's see what you got for what's about to come for you. And we have nothing to do with it. We just minding our business. Peace.